I'm Sophie here at Positive Choice, and welcome to our Healthy Back series. Today we're going to start in a seated position. I have a blanket and a block kind of stacked up underneath me. Important is that you can keep your knees below your hip height, so your feet don't end up kind of get tingly and sleeping. And that you can keep your spine up long and straight. And that's the position we'll start in. You can keep your legs down the sides like me, or you can have a cross-legged position. And then let's just start by relaxing the hands down on the thighs. And if you're ready for it, you can close your eyes. Let's start with a deep breath in through the nose. Feel the chest lift, expand. And take a relaxing exhale out through the mouth. Feel the chest contract back in. Two more like that. Deep breath in. Feel the chest lift forward and up. Open mouth, exhale, let those shoulders sink down and away from your ears. One last time, deep inhale. And deep exhale. And then you can seal your lips and just begin to breathe naturally in and out through your nose in a pace that feels comfortable to you. Start to find this connection between your sit bones or your seat on the support underneath you. And begin to ground a little more firmly down into your sit bones. And that will help you elongate the spine, and you'll feel this lengthening sensation all the way up through the crown of your head. Sometimes what happens when we sit here and we want to lengthen the spine is that the rib cage kind of want to lift upwards. So instead, find a gentle contraction of your mid-abdomen to pull those lower ribs back in. Gently draw your shoulder blades in towards the midline and feel your chest gently open. Tuck your chin slightly backwards so that your head stacks right on top of your neck, so we don't need to hold any unnecessary tension in keeping the head up straight. On your next breath in, begin to reach your arms up and overhead. And let your palms touch at the very top. Look up towards your thumbs. Feel your chest lifting as your fingertips reach like somebody was pulling you upwards. Take another inhale, get a little longer through the sides of your torso. And on your exhale, guide your hands together down in front of your chest and let your gaze follow your hands. Two more like that. Inhale, hands out to the side and all the way up. Gaze goes up towards your thumbs as you find a gentle back bend, chest rise. Exhale, hands down to your chest, gaze down. One last time, inhale, arms up, find length. Exhale, hands down to the front. And bring your hands back down on your thighs. And on your next breath in, begin to press your chest forward, shoulder blades together, gentle gaze upwards. Your tailbone lift backwards. And on your exhale, roll backwards over your sit bones, curl your spine, belly button in, look down. Inhale, lift your tailbone, chest up and forward, gaze up. And exhale, curl back in and around. Take a couple of more like this in your own pace, following your own pace of breath. And try to see if there's any areas where you feel less mobility or even slight discomfort. But also pay attention to the areas that might feel really good, very flexible, and very smooth. We'll begin to draw circles with the spine. On your next breath in, lift your chest forward. And on your exhale, draw your chest out towards the right side and then all the way back. Inhale, bring it forward to the left side. And exhale, back to the right. And you can make this movement as big or small as you want to, whatever feels best in your spine. Remembering to always modify the poses so that they feel best in your body. Next time you're forward, let's switch direction. Exhale, take it out to the left side and back, curling the spine. Inhale to the right and forward. And once again, you can pay attention to where you feel more tight, maybe discomfort, And maybe there are areas where you feel more smooth and feel really good. Next time you come back to center, we'll sit up straight again. Inhale, bring both hands up and overhead. And on your exhale, bring your right hand down to the side and left hand reaches up and over. Ground down into the left sit bone and reach long through your fingertips. Try and draw that arm a little bit behind your ear to open the chest. Deep breath into the side of your torso. And a deep breath out. Let's release the hand here down on the opposite thigh. Bring the other hand out behind you. If you cannot reach the floor, just bring it to the base of your sacrum. Take a breath in and lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, pull with both of your hands and find a gentle twist of your torso. Look over the back shoulder. In this position, we're finding length every time we breathe in as we ground into the sit bone, lengthening through the crown of the head. And on your exhale, you can try and twist a little bit deeper, keeping your pelvis neutral and squared forward. Inhale, bring both hands overhead, look straight ahead. And on your exhale, bring the other hand down to the side and reach up and over. Ground down into the right sit bone and reach over with your fingertips. Finding length in that side body. Arm comes a little bit behind your ear to open the chest. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, release the hand down on the opposite thigh. Inhale as you sit tall, lengthen the spine. Exhale, find that twist. Look over the back shoulders, so you're twisting all the way up through the cervical spine, your neck. Inhale, length in the spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale, gentle pull to twist a little bit. Inhale, rise both hands up and overhead, look straight ahead. On your exhale, engage your abdomen, cactus your arms, and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Okay. So it's a gentle back bend, but instead of thinking back bend, we're thinking a lift of the chest. Inhale, rise your hands back up. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the chest. 1 more time, inhale up. And exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades in together, feel the upper back activating. Inhale, reach back up. And on your exhale, release your hands down. Good. And we'll go ahead and remove the support underneath us and come into a seat. You may need a strap or a towel in this position, so just have that close. We'll bring the legs out in front of us, bend the knees a lot. Sit up nice and tall through the spine, and this is going to kind of depend on how flexible you are in the hamstrings, how much you're going to bend the knees. Take a breath in as you lift up, flex your toes up towards the ceiling, and on your exhale, roll your belly down and over your thighs, and if you can grab underneath the soles of your feet and let your head hang. So we're not really working on stretching the hamstrings, we're more working on rounding and releasing compression of the spine. Allow your head to hang relaxed and feel the breath moving all the way down towards the lower back. Expanding on every inhale. Contracting back in and releasing with every exhale. 1 more time, deep inhale. And deep exhale. Your next breath in, roll yourself back up to a seat. Stretch the legs out in front of you and bring your hands out behind you. On a breath in, press your hands firmly down into the ground as your chest lifts. Squeeze the shoulder blades backwards and your shoulders lowers down away from your ears to find more openness over the chest. The more you ground down into the earth, the more the chest is going to rise. Take 1 more inhale. And an exhale to release. And then we'll roll ourselves all the way down onto the floor. Let's have 1 block available. You have 1, and just keep it close. When you make it down on your back, hop your knees in over your chest, and give it a gentle hop. And you'll feel that the lower back is lengthening here as your tailbone lifts a little bit off the ground. Gently press the back of your head down into the earth, creating a little bit of a double chin. And from here, you can rock it gently side to side. Just finding a little bit of a massage over the lower back, over the sacrum. One more breath in, and this time curl your nose up towards your knees, rounding the spine. And on your exhale, release your feet down to the ground, hands by your sides. Roll your shoulder blades in and under, find openness of the chest. And on your next breath in, ground down into your feet as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Good, we'll start with an active variation here, so no need for the block. Just stay right here and hold. Feel the glute muscles activate, and also lengthen the glute muscles back towards your knees so that you take some of the compression out of the lower back, finding length in the spine. Your chin is still slightly tucked and lengthening through the cervical spine, your neck. Find a little bit of engagement through your inner thighs so that your knees are not falling outwards. Keep the legs active. Ground firmly down into the earth with your heels. Take a breath in, lift an inch higher, and on your exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let your knees fall in against each other and walk your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Take a deep breath into your lower abdomen, and a deep breath out. Slowly walk your feet back in behind your glutes, and we'll do that one more time. Your next breath in, roll over your spine, lift your hips up high, and then hold. From here, you can take the block, and whatever level feels best to you. A block typically have 3 different levels, and you can slide it in and under to support your sacrum. Make sure it's actually down on the tops of your glutes and not up on your lower back. So the block is almost helping the glutes lengthening back towards your heels. And then you can release all of your weight in towards your support. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. If you do want a little more length over the front side of your hips, stretching out the psoas, you're welcome to straighten out your legs. And that will lengthen and stretch out the front side of your hips. If you feel any type of compression of your lower back, holding this position, then bend your knees again and plant your feet on the ground. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Every exhale, you allow yourself to surrender and let the floor and the block carry you. One more time, deep breath in. And a releasing breath up. If your feet are out straight, then gently bring them back onto the mat. Press into your feet and into your hands. Lift your hips off the block. And then slowly roll your way down one vertebrae at a time. When your sacrum and your tailbone makes it down on the earth, walk your feet back out and knees into touch. Take a deep inhalation here. And a deep breath out. If you feel really good in this position, you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, you can toe heel your feet back in. We'll allow the soles of the feet to touch and allow the knees to fall outwards. If you feel like this is too much stretch or too much strain on the inner thighs and groins, you're welcome to take a block or maybe a blanket under each of your thighs, on the outer sides of your thighs to kind of support your legs. If this position does not feel comfortable to you, you're welcome to take the previous position with the knees together. In this position, we find some openness of the lower back, and then we stretch out through the inner thighs and groins. It's the lower back and the pelvis and the hips are typically very interconnected. Slow deep breath. And at this point, you're welcome to stay here as long as feels good. As long as you have time for in your day. If you are ready to make it out of the posture and our practice today, you can use your hands on the outer sides of your thighs and gently bring your legs back into touch. And roll all the way over to either side of your choice into a fetal position. Just take a moment here to let the practice settle. And when you're ready for it, you press into the earth and slowly come up to a comfortable seated position. And then you bring your hands together by your heart, by your head. Gratitude for physical, mental, and spiritual health. We say namaste.